Hey everybody, how's it going? And welcome to Daily's 2A News. I want to start off by first apologizing for not having a video uploaded here in quite a while. The main channel takes a lot of work, so I've decided to wake up even earlier, around 4:30 in the morning, take my early mornings to work on this channel, and the rest of the day to work on the other channel. So I am going to be posting more frequent content here in the near future. But today I want to talk about the ATF. The ATF's been up to some pretty sketchy stuff lately, but more specifically, what I think the ATF has planned should Joe Biden actually win the presidency. Now, I'm sure you guys have seen all the news going around the internet. It's pretty much everywhere here on YouTube, social media, different websites are posting about this. But talking about Q and the honey badger and the ATF and how the ATF has classified the honey badger as something that should fall under the NFA or the National Firearms Act, and other companies and other products that have been affected by this as well. So the ATF sent out a cease and desist to Q, and apparently they've also sent out cease and desist to other companies as well, which was since kind of withdrawn temporarily while they kind of relook at everything and reevaluate everything before, I guess, moving to a final decision. So this is pretty big news as it affects a lot of us out there that have braces. So if you have a brace on your pistol and that's something that you're using, this is something that you need to pay attention to. And it doesn't matter where you live because this is basically going to affect everybody across the country. So let me go ahead and give you guys my opinion on what's going on here. And keep in mind, this is just my opinion, okay? Not all of it is based on fact. Some of it's based on speculation. But again, this is just my opinion on what I think is going on here. So we know that the ATF is not super friendly to the Second Amendment. I mean, their whole existence, if you ask me, is unconstitutional. So the existence of the ATF in order to enforce unconstitutional gun laws should make that agency an unconstitutional agency to begin with. But we know that they're not friendly to the Second Amendment, the individuals that actually run the ATF. They have made statements in the past during meetings that they don't like certain things and the way that certain things are running. There's a lot of Obama appointees that are on there. And so what I think they're doing is I think they're testing the political waters as of right now to see what they can get away with. Because, you know, it's sort of like a kid testing you, right? They want to see what they can get away with. And so they went after Q and they went after a couple other people to see if they could actually get something done, a small encroachment against braces, okay? So if you're somebody who owns a pistol brace, they're going after Q specifically, but it's all to do with the brace, right? So what I think they're doing is testing the water to see if they can say that this type of brace and this type of setup falls under the NFA. And if they were able to get away with it and the political climate is such that they don't get enough pushback to where they would actually have to change their minds on it, they would continue forward with that and then later on down the road say, you know what, we've reevaluated the SB4, we've reevaluated the SBA3, we've reevaluated all these different ones, and we believe that if they're in this current configuration that they're intended to be shouldered and no longer legal under current NFA rules and regulations, right? They're testing the water on this. I believe that their plan is to push forward with even more in the future. Again, if the political climate is right, but it seems like the political climate is not right because they do have some congressmen that have written into them, you know, talking about how what they're doing is wrong and they are not able to make law through a bureaucracy. That's something that Congress is supposed to do. And they wrote this long letter. Plus, they've been getting a big, huge response, not only from us, you know, pro-Second Amendment people, but from the industry as well. Lawyers, lawsuits, you name it, they got flooded. And they were forced to kind of backtrack and take a little bit more time to look at things to reevaluate it. So they stuck their toes in the water. The water was a little bit too cold, and I think that they're going to back off. But remember, they gave a 60-day window. Well, where does that put us? That 60-day window could potentially put us into a different world, essentially, if Biden wins, right? It'll be a different world. So if the political climate changes, I believe their plans are to move forward with everything that they don't like. Okay, so we know that a bureaucracy, an agency of unelected officials is not supposed to make law, but that's what the ATF does. They've done it several times in the past. We've pushed back. We managed to stop it. If you guys remember green tips, things like that, things that they've tried to ban in the past. These are all things that they still don't like. Okay, so that hasn't changed. And again, you have Obama appointed officials that are running the ATF, and then you have, let's say that because there's seats open in Congress as well, so the Senate and the House all have seats open, and so it's the potentiality for this to turn into a Virginia situation where now you have a supermajority of blue in the House and in the Senate, and obviously you would have a Democrat in the White House. The political climate is there to do whatever they want, and nobody's going to be able to push back against it except for us. So, we, the people, are going to be the only ones that are, able to push back against these things, and the lawyers and, the people and the groups that are on our side. So, my vision for the ATF, should Biden win, is look for a lot more things to be classified as NFA items. Look for a lot more things to be considered now illegal. Look for a lot more people to be turned into criminals overnight by unelected officials. That's where I see the ATF going if we do not win this election. Right now, there's a little bit of oversight. If you get rid of that oversight, guaranteed everything they want, they're just going to push it right through. So it's a very important 2 weeks that we have coming up here. November 3rd is just right around the corner. So just try and keep that in mind. Everything will change. The bureaucracies will be allowed to run free. They'll be able to do whatever they want, again, without any oversight, and we're the ones that are going to be screwed. So just take that to heart. Again, it is my opinion, based off of what I can see and what they've tried to do in the past, but I think the ATF is just waiting to see things change and go a little bit more blue, so they can basically take the NFA and reclassify just about everything. So I want to thank you guys all very much for watching. I'd like to hear your thoughts on this particular topic in the comment section. If you are not subscribed to this channel, you might want to subscribe because I got a lot more videos coming up. Take care.